So, this is later in the day from the previous recording.
Mm-hmm.
It's very late for Kat, and it's very early for me.
It's so late.
Kat, what time is it for you in your time zone?
In my time zone, it's 11:30.
It's the same time for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to get the video to go full screen. I'm actually playing this inside Elgato's window. There we go. Yeah, I realized that in the last video we had a lot of fun with physics, and we didn't actually do anything in the plot. So we should probably do some plot stuff today. So let's begin by... Let's go down here.
Yeah, we didn't get any enzymes. We
got
talked about enzymes, but we didn't get any.
We got 0 enzymes. Ooh, there's a gene bank. Do we want any plasmid swaps? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Unless you... I don't know. Do you want to move things over your mind?
I can do that.
Oh, I don't think that you do. Oh, you already can. You could... Well, then why weren't you removing the traps with telekinesis?
I only remembered that for the last trap we saw. Like, I did it with 1, but I also haven't been using super many plasmids. Oh, I see where we are. This is looped back around. Also, I wish to God I could get this video to go full screen, because I'm playing it in the preview window right now, and it sucks. I really like the way you can just invent one of the... Oh, you have to invent the Lazarus Vector, I see, once you get all the ingredients.
I have recently been playing a lot of Love Nikki, and it has the greatest crafting mechanic of any game I've ever played, and so no other game will be able to...
Hey, do you want to pitch Love Nikki?
Sure. I would love to pitch Love Nikki. First off, I want to say a huge shout out to Janine Hawkins, whose endless postings about this on Twitter made me get this game. So Love Nikki is the greatest game of all time. It is a mobile game where, I think several nations, possibly 7 of them, are at war and have been for a long time. And the way that they have been at war is through styling contests and fashion. It's just a very fun and silly game where you play as the titular Nikki. Oh, you've beefed it, Jack. Oh no, you haven't. Okay. You play as the titular Nikki, and you've arrived in this. Did you beef it? Yeah, you beefed it hard. Oh, Jack. Anyway, more importantly, you play as Nikki. You've been dropped into this mystery world. You have no idea why, and you just immediately make a bunch of really great friends. Oh no. This one's just impossible.
I didn't think I took any damage on that.
You have to fight a bunch of people using fashion and getting dressed. Anyway, the best part about this game is the crafting mechanic where you make clothes from other clothes, but all the clothes have ridiculous names. So I made like this giant pair of high-waisted black trousers out of like a denim vest and 6 pairs of pants called television.
Oh, you didn't tell me that bit. That's fucking brilliant. God, what a good game. My experience with Love Nikki was that I opened it up and I did what I do with a lot of games, which is that I got very frightened by the interface and closed it immediately. When Kat started playing it, I downloaded it again, and then literally exactly the same thing happened.
Not even that. You downloaded it like 10%, then looked over at my screen, saw a very confusing map, and then stopped the download.
Like, literally canceled the download, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, moving on. Talking about Bioshock.
Kat's excellent housemate and very good person, George, has been playing it as well. And I think it's an extremely George game.
I don't know if he has been playing it. I think he downloaded it and then didn't play it.
Oh, that's also a fairly George response to a game, I think.
I think George could do anything, and then you would be like, oh, that's so George.
Well, that's a game George invented, is That Sounds Like You.
That's not a game George invented.
Yes, yes, it is. Can I get stuck behind this? Hey, hot
nope,
speed.
you're
Hey,
good.
hot speed run strat. If I get stuck behind this and I build up a lot of momentum, I go shooting out sideways. Look.
Well, I'll be sure to let all the speedrunners know.
Yeah, all
Where
the
are the
good,
enzymes, Jack?
all the good Bioshock speedrunners. Here's a way you can move faster in Bioshock by jumping backwards.
Is this getting us closer to an enzyme?
No, it's getting us closer to this frightening. That's on purpose. That's an important strat. I'm gonna hack
Wow.
this door now.
What's your speedrun time?
45
You say
minutes.
4. Oh my god.
What?
I thought you were just going to say 4. I thought you were just going to start and end at the number 4.
Yo, what the oh dear, I beefed this one.
You have.
Huh? What does this
Oh.
do? Does it make it go
What is
faster?
it?
I think it makes it go faster.
I bet it does.
Yeah, it
So you
accelerates
better move something into the next one.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. You beefed it. Oh. You got too held up by looking at the weird accelerators.
Oh, this is just a crappy
Oh.
one. So I think a thing that's cool is that, and I'd forgotten that the game did this. As the game continues, the hacking introduces new mechanics. Like that's a new.
Yes, I think that's a new one.
I'm gonna auto hack this because I want to get on and get enzymes.
Mm-hmm.
I generally don't care about playing a game correctly or playing a game quickly necessarily, personally, but at the same time, I want to finish the levels with roughly 5 episodes of each, and we've been in Arcadia for a long time.
Sure have. Oh, also, there's another game after this.
There is. Before though, could you read this
One.
menu to me?
Yeah, I'd love to. Pecan pie, red pudding.
I don't know if you
Honey rum cake.
I don't know if you accentuated the scare quotes enough.
Sorry. Pecan pie, bread pudding, honey rum cake, chocolate mousse, apple strudel, caramel apple.
If you're going
Is that better?
to, it was yeah. I think you got the part.
Okay, great. I just want to be in the pictures.
Which one? Which picture?
No, multiple. I want to be in the pictures.
You never hear someone say, "I want to be in the picture."
I want to be in the picture. Unless they're out of frame for a picture.
Yes, that's true. Put me in the picture. Damn it.
Okay.
So now we get to do my favorite bit of the game, which is my favorite bit of any game, which is the B
Shoving
sequence.
boxes indoors.
No, we got to
Oh,
do
the
the
B
B
sequence,
sequence, but yeah, first
The
I
B
want to
plasmid.
fucking. I swear to God.
The B plasmid.
Yeah, the B
Yeah,
plasma.
what?
Oh, I'm just
Yeah,
mad about the
That's
doors.
what I want.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do you think this does?
Crazy door. Looks like a radio.
Does it have words on it? Yeah, it says G2347667ZX84. If this was a video game released in 2016, this would be to do with an ARG.
I was gonna make a funny joke about how that was my nickname in high school, but stepped on my punchline.
Sorry.
Defeat. That's fine. It wasn't a very good joke. I think your joke was better.
Something just exploded.
Uh,
In 10 years in wisdom, I've come to accept a very low standard of life. Even at the bottom of this fish tank, a man the pathetic Trudeau down at Morley Winery has started putting water to his terrible wine. Water! When I confronted him with this fatty, he tells me, Pierre, this is not to worry. The water, she is distilled. It could be worse. I could take it right from the ocean.
Ken?
Hmm.
Ken?
Andrew Ryan asks you a simple question.
Guess we'll just let that one sit.
Or a snake.
Whoop.
Oh,
Oh, come on, that's great. It's an action shot.
Jack, I think you've gotten cocky with all your bulletzers.
I only won. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Don't step on it.
What is happening? So do you want to go to the winery or the bees first?
Bees.
Let's do the bees.
Or do I want to like build up the bees?
Save the bees for later, yeah, like I do with like
I mean, save the bees.
my favorite food.
Definitely
Save the bees. Okay.
No.
Look at this purple.
That's really.
I'm standing here
good.
for just a bit so that the YouTube thumbnail algorithm knows that this is an interesting image.
Do you think it knows now?
Now we're getting to
Yeah,
the point where sometimes the splicers pretend to be dead, aren't we? I don't know if they start doing that until Frolic.
Why do they wear those masks? Maybe there's a part of them that remembers how they used to be, how they used to look, and they're ashamed.
Where's Senator Cohen?
Full Frolic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next level. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Enzymes break down proteins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Time for a swift exit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
See, I want to draw some splices out and then, like... Okay, here's how we do it.
What if you set the ground on fire?
Oh, well, do you think that'll pull splices?
I have no idea. I started saying it believing that it would be true. And then you can hear me lose confidence about halfway through.
Scroll back in the recording.
Mm.
Ugh. Okay, this is how we do it.
Wow, a very big grid.
Big one, big grid. Okay, this'll do.
Big Grid Michelson is my favorite indie pop singer-songwriter from 2008.
Big Grid Michael's son is my favorite son of popular Twitter user @WarrenIsDead. Kat, did you get that one? I can say that again.
Yeah! Yeah, no, I'm good. I got it. Loud and clear.
After we finished the earlier recording, Kat messaged me to tell me how cross she was about the Pulitzer joke.
Actually, what actually happened is you texted me saying that you told some really great jokes, and then I said, like, what? Because I'd actually forgotten, I think scrubbed from my memory, the Pulitzer joke, and then you reminded me, and then I was cross again.
If you missed the previous video, I'm going to do the joke again now. Because of my
Great.
photography in this game, I've won many Pulitzer awards.
So if you could just run me through that joke, Jack, that'd be great.
Sure. Okay, so there's
Like,
this.
it's parts and pieces, yeah.
So there's a thing called a Pulitzer Prize, which is won for really good journalism, which includes photography, right? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And I've won one because I take lots of photographs in this game. However, immediately before and after taking the photographs, I generally shoot my subject, and with bullets, not with the camera. It's like a double meaning.
That's another, yeah, okay. Got it.
And so I can safely say that I've won a Pulitzer Prize. What
But
is
you
this?
haven't won a Pulitzer.
No, I have not won a Pulitzer. I've not won any awards for
Okay.
journalism, actually.
Okay. A good color.
God, it's such a great
I have
skybox.
Flux on, and I don't want to turn it off because what if the color is not the same?
Right.
I really like the way that it is right now.
I really want to no clip and see what these levels look like from the outside.
Yeah, that would be great.
I wonder
Get
if there
Brendan
is
on the
a...
case.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a spot in this remaster where I can do that. Oh, it's the recipe
That would be
again.
great. Ooh. Pecan pie.
Functional children.
Caramel. Apple.
The children must remain functional, effective producers
Nope.
of Adam. I had to place them in a vegetative Sometimes they look at me, but they don't stop. Sometimes they smile.
So that's the other person I want. So there's two other styles of this game I want to see, right? If we talked about the Jake Elliott style in the previous episode. I want to see the one where it's a pulp game. Where it is
I
pulpy.
don't think that I want that.
I think it would need some changes. But that dialogue about like, oh, sometimes they look at me and sometimes they smile is like, that's not necessarily great dialogue writing, but it's pretty good pulp writing. And the other,
I guess I feel like pulp carries such connotations with me of like boring white men trying to get me excited about shitty movies that I didn't want to see. Like over and over and over again, or like shitty, MFA screenwriting dicks that I went to high school with or whatever. But I just don't know if pulp can be saved for me, except for in Pulp Fiction, one of the greatest movies of all time.
I don't like Tarantino.
Well, my ex-girlfriend introduced me to that movie, so
That's as good a reason as any to like a Tarantino movie, I think.
yeah.
The other person I want to see make this game or game direct this game is Brendan Chung.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be very
but
good, but it would be.
It's so it's so divorced from his ethos. I don't think that it would be. Well, first of all, the game would only be like 20 minutes long.
Right. With no replayability.
And we would see, and we would see none of this.
No. No, the Brendan Chung version of this game would be about 3 women sitting in an office planning the boat ride to sink the early bit of Rapture. And then rapidly intercutting between them on a boat.
It would also be vignettes of them getting ready for the party before the massacre. And like, I can't decide if it's like immediately after or them like going to bed the night of.
The night like
afterwards.
it's happened and they still have to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Ooh, we just got a dynamic music cue, so we have hit some scripting. Oh, it's our favorite crates. I wanna retcon something here. It's not Steven Stout, it's Stevenson Stout.
I like ours better.
I'm not using this enough.
See, that's what I'm talking about with the
Yeah.
it's it's not really incorporated into your arsenal, if you will.
What is this Splicer doing? She's just standing there? Laughing? Okay, that's a little
Yeah,
frightening.
that tracks. You're so dedicated to get those bulletsers.
It's the, many people have said it's my dedication that gets me there. Oh, a Vita Chamber.
Grim.
Grim. Right, so there's definitely within this very like, and I'm putting the sort of pecan pie scare quotes around this. Within this very
Are all those shotgun shells just like sitting in the air?
they were, and I think I can do them again.
I guess not shotgun shells. It's whatever.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. They also seem to move relative to the camera. Yep.
Cool.
Weird as hell.
I love video games.
Yeah, for all of this like game's highbrowness, it definitely engages, consciously or not, with an exploitation aesthetic. And I don't know whether or not it knows that it's doing that, or whether or not it is mistaking the former for the latter. But that's a thread that I've been noticing more and more as we've been getting more and more through the game.
Yeah, well, again, I think it goes hand in hand. I think it's a little column A, a little column B.
Oh,
You have enraged Ian Gord's.
no, don't say that. Oh, this is a death, isn't it? Oh, I have electric buttons. That'll do it.
Oh, you have 24 of them.
Oh, this is bad, though.
It is bad, though. I have like my fingers to my temples. And I'm hunched over my computer. This is very stressful.
I got him.
Nice.
Sorry, me alerting one of the big guys interrupted you.
Yes. Little column A, little column B. In that, I think we talked about this before about how most violence in video games is an abstraction of conflict, and when one of the conflicts that you're trying to reconcile is kind of this Randian objectivist philosophy interacting with exploitative, I mean, they kind of are already inherently exploitative policies. Like, how can you make exploitation?
Sorry, you broke up
the
there.
violence of exploitation. Sorry, I guess I'm just trying to say, like, how can you make the violence of exploitation abstract when the means by which you're doing that uses violence as an abstraction of other conflicts?
Yeah. And
Does that
no, that tracks. And I think
Yeah.
I think that like stuff like this is absolutely and has always been like a fundamental working concern of exploitation storytellers, especially like feminist exploitation pictures, of like how do we depict this intersection. But I don't know if Ken Levine and his team are those.
No. And I mean, we get these like, fingertips on the ground trying to talk about women in Rapture. We have Diane, who I love, and we have Dr. Tenenbaum, and we have all these other sorts of characters but all of them to me feel like, I once read this interesting essay about how all of Stephen Moffat's female characters are either, the maiden, the mother, or the crone. And you have to be one or the other, or no, the maiden, the mother, the wife, I think, but that they all fall into these prescriptions of femininity, and I feel like the same thing happens here. But I don't know where I have like really strong examples of multiple women in a game in the AAA market.
Yeah.
Or even necessarily in the indie market. And like, not even beginning to talk about not just women, but like, where are the people of color in Rapture?
Yeah.
I don't know. Being made caricatures of.
Well, yes. Have we met a foreign person or a non-American person in the game yet who isn't a caricature, or whose accent or manner of speech hasn't been caricatured? Have we met a single one?
No, I'm shaking my head very solemnly. No, we haven't.
Also, there is.
We sure do love those, to the fountainhead.
Oh god, do you think that this is gonna, because it has water going into it, do you think it's gonna do the thing?
Let's give it a shot.
It is.
I was gonna make more.
Oh no, it's not. What were you gonna make
I was
more?
gonna make more jokes. More jokes about getting the titles wrong for books by Ayn Rand, but
I don't know how many Ayn Rand books I know.
Sure.
Oh.
Cloud Shrugged. No.
Cloud Shrugged is my favorite Final Fantasy. That was my when I was going through my objectivist phase. That was my Neo gaff. Oh, this is a joke so horrible that I don't want to finish.
Have we found another enzyme yet? I'm being made. I feel bleak by my own criticism.
We've found a bunch. We found a bunch.
Great.
But I don't know. I'm definitely talking about the ways in which the ways in which this game moves through and takes on the trappings of some and rejects the trappings of other genres is something that is definitely interesting to me, especially as we move further into the game and we see it begin to develop its palette of genre, whether or not that's done consistently.